Friends, hi, it's Katie Steinberg here, and hopefully Facebook is going live for us as it intends to, and we intend to. Today is Easter, as you well know, so happy Easter from the Steinberg household and from your Missing Peace family. We have a couple of words to share with you, I do, and also want to invite you, have a candle here. If you have one nearby that you can light, and we can allow this light to be part of what binds us and connects us even when we have to be apart. So go ahead and light a candle if you can. And also, if you have nearby or not too far away something that resembles bread, this is the heel, the part nobody likes of the bread in my house. And we have some grape juice, which I've poured in a wine glass here that we'll share later. But if you have some of those things around, you can get them. And if not, that's okay too. This is one of the wonderful things about gathering virtually is we have the opportunity to rewind or rewatch or connect later. So I want to invite you into a space of calmness and sacredness. If you're like me, you might have children around as well who are attempting to be calm, and we'll see how that goes. But even in the midst of that, there is the opportunity to deepen our breath and then to pay attention deeply to this moment and allow this moment to be sacred and set apart in a way that the rest of our lives aren't. So go ahead and just take one of those deep cleansing breaths. And I invite you to receive these words. Today is supposed to be about coming out of the tomb. Today is supposed to be about fulfilled promises. Today is supposed to be about resurrection. So why does it feel like we are still entombed, promises broken, and death all around? Reality never seems to live up to the story, does it? Perhaps we can better relate to the scenes just before Easter, scenes where Christ cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Or the place where the psalmist says, "How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I take counsel in my soul and have sorrow in my heart all the day?" I don't want to be sitting here in front of a computer screen while my kids walk the tender balance of peace and war in the land of Legos. I don't want to be preaching from my dining room table while Jeff negotiates their treaties. I don't want to be separated from so many that I love. And I don't want to put some brave face or positive spin or hopeful little allegory on it either. And maybe we don't have to. Maybe this isn't about coming out better on the other side. Maybe this isn't about the projects we can get done at home or learning a new skill. Maybe this isn't Jesus' private strategy session on how to take over the world from the gravesite in 5 easy steps. And now I'm wondering if we just try to make this time into another self-improvement opportunity if we've missed the point altogether. Listen, you manage your grief however you need to. I've been known to find great solace in organizing a closet or two. And let it be your grief. In this time, this entombed, sequestered, shut in, kept away time, it's okay to feel the grief. The grief of this disease, the grief of relationships over distance, the grief of lost jobs, the grief of long past losses and pain. Let's take this shut up, walled off, separated time to actually feel all the things we've shrugged off and powered through and rubbed dirt on and walked it off. How is it in there? How is the small child at the center of your being? Is she scared? Has he been so for a long time? What might it be like to take this time to gently tend to them, to lovingly and gently hold that small, scared, hurt little child and tell her, "I'm sorry for all the times I've insisted that you suck it up." Hug him tightly and say, "You are loved even when you are hurt." look at their tear-stained face and proclaim, "You are good and worthy and enough, no matter what." Does the miracle still happen if the tomb stays closed? Can hope and healing and new life happen even here, even behind our closed doors and gloved hands and masked faces? Can love be stopped by separation and disease and time? I don't want to be here. Not this way. It's not what I would have chosen. It hurts, and it's sad, and I miss my people. And at the same time, it's utterly, unavoidably potent. It is intense and thick and full with all this other life I didn't see before. It's slower and quieter and more inwardly focused. It is, in a word, transformational. Is there a more apt Easter than one of unexpected, potent transformation? Jeff and I keep using this phrase, "the time before." Like we're looking at pictures or rehashing some memory and we say it was from the time before. I think subconsciously we are announcing that there is a new time coming, that we are in a liminal time between what was and what is next. Deep in our souls, we know that one thing is done, another more temporary thing is happening now, but there is also going to be a time after. After all, this is the story that the world repeats every time the seasons change. This is the story of our lives that we have survived up to this point. This is the story at the heart of a 2,000-year-old rabbi and his people. We know this story. We know it in our bones. Okay, Pastor, so what's next? No, we're not at what's next. We're at right now. Be here. Be deeply here. This is where it's happening. Be in this moment. This moment is your life. And when it's time for next, you'll know. You won't miss it. May you, my friends, be here now. May you allow yourself to feel the grief of this moment. May you be gentle and loving to your long neglected self. May you have hope even in the midst of the hardship. And may you experience utterly, unavoidably potent, intense, thick, and full with all this other life transformation. Happy Easter, beloved friends.
Happy Easter.
Before we got to the tomb, before the crucifixion, before all of that, Jesus shared a final meal with his friends, with his closest people, with the people that he traveled with and taught with and healed with and learned with and grew with and all the rest. So it is utterly appropriate that we might share a meal together in remembrance of that time. And hopefully it also brings us hope for what's next, because we know the end of this story. On the night he was betrayed, Jesus took bread and he broke it and he blessed it and said, "This is my body broken for you, for the forgiveness of sins, for all that we've been through together, for all that we will do going forward, for the peace and the hope and the healing and that potent, thick stuff we've come upon." He also took wine, in our case grape juice, and he blessed it and said, "This is my blood poured out for the forgiveness of sins, for goodness, for hope, for transformation, for all that God promises us, and in this moment and the next." If you have your own bread and wine or juice of any description, I invite you to take it at this time and break it and bless it and share it with those you've gathered with. I'll invite Sweet Sadie here and Sweet Macy and Jeff to come up. And Sweet Jeff. And here we go, girls. Take a piece of bread. We do this to remember all that Jesus did and all that we learned from his life. One of the things we learned is that even though it can seem dark sometimes, that there's hope and healing on the other side.
Dip it in the grape juice.
You dip it in the grape juice, that's right.
Happy Easter.
Amen.
Bye-bye.
Happy Easter. And I hope that the rest of your day brings you joy in the midst of the darkness and brings you hope, and that you spend it with somebody you love, whether that's in person or virtually. Yeah. And trust that we will all be together again soon.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, beloved friends.
Bye-bye.
If you want to join us on Zoom for a few minutes to reflect or respond, we invite you to do so. The Zoom link will be in the comments. Bye for now.